You satisfy me with your love. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, March 25th, the 32nd day of the season of Lent. And as you can see, I have me some Jesus and coffee. So it's going to be a good day. This morning we're going to talk about probably the greatest miracle that Jesus ever did. And I say it's the greatest miracle because it's the only one found in all four Gospels. I'm talking about the feeding of 5,000. But did you know that the feeding of 5,000 was actually a test? Let's take a look. John chapter 6, starting with verse 1. It says, after these things, Jesus went away to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, or Tiberias. A large crowd followed him, because they saw the signs which he was performing on those who were sick. Then Jesus went up on the mountain, and there he sat down with his disciples. Now the Passover, the feast of the Jews, was near. Therefore Jesus, lifting up his eyes, and seeing that a large crowd was coming to him, said to Philip, "Where are we to buy bread, so that these may eat?" This he was saying to test him, for he himself knew what he was intending to do. Philip answered him, 200 denarii worth of bread is not sufficient for them, for everyone to receive a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, "There is a lad here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what are these for so many people?" Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down, in number about 5,000. Jesus then took the loaves, and having given thanks, he distributed to those who were seated. Likewise, also of the fish, as much as they wanted. When they were filled, he said to his disciples, "Gather up the leftover fragments so that nothing will be lost." So they gathered them up, filled 12 baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves which were left over by those who had eaten. Therefore, when the people saw the sign which he had performed, they said, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." Did you know that Jesus already knew what he was going to do? And I believe that's the same case in our world today. Sometimes we can get overwhelmed with the things that are going on, and we have no clue what to do. But God is not surprised. Jesus is not overwhelmed. He already knows what he is going to do. This is just a test for us to see whether or not we will have compassion. See, Jesus sees the crowd. Jesus has compassion. But the normal response is, send them away. Let them fend for themselves. But Jesus is like, nah, you give them something to eat. This is our responsibility. Have compassion on those who are hungry. And so the first test is whether or not we have compassion. The second test is whether or not we have faith. Whether or not we have faith. So they're looking around, and this wasn't a test about Jesus. This wasn't, let's see what Jesus can do with the bare minimum. No, the faith is on the part of the disciples. Will they give Jesus all that they have? Will they give Jesus all their inventory? We have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. That's all we have. Will that be enough to take care of the situation? And so their testing is whether or not they have the faith that their meager resources will be enough. Or as Andrew says, will it be sufficient to feed so many people? And so maybe you think your resources, everything that you have, is not sufficient for the task. But in the hands of Jesus and faith, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish are going to feed 5,000 people. It's not just the 5 loaves and 2 fish. It's all that you have will be sufficient with faith in Christ. We are getting so close, so close. Says that Passover was very close, and that's when Jesus did this test for them. And Passover is close. We're getting close to Jesus Christ's resurrection. It's going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I pray that you have a blessed and amazing day.